All right, let's dive into something really wild today. We're looking at a document that feels like it was ripped straight from a sci-fi novel, but it's asking a pretty serious question about where humanity is headed. It's called the Mycelium Consciousness Transfer Protocol, and it's basically a speculative roadmap for leaving our bodies behind so we can go conquer the stars. And this one sentence, right here, just gets straight to the point. It's the core of the whole idea. And yeah, it's designed to bend your mind a little. The protocol's argument is simple. Our greatest asset, our consciousness, is trapped inside our biggest liability, this fragile human body. So this is the big question we're really gonna chew on, and not just as some philosophical thought experiment, you know? This document lays it out as a potential technological pathway. What would it actually take, and what would it even mean to separate your mind from your body? To even begin to understand their proposed solution, we first have to really get a handle on the problem they're trying to solve. And according to this protocol, the problem, well, it's us. Or to be more precise, it's the biological hardware that we're all running on. I mean, just look at the contrast here. It is stark. Our bodies are perfectly, beautifully tuned for this planet. Our gravity, our atmosphere, the specific range of temperatures we can handle. But the second you take that body into space, it starts to break down. It gets blasted with radiation, muscles waste away, and the vacuum is always waiting. We are, fundamentally, creatures of Earth. The protocol uses this fantastic term, evolutionary ballast. What a phrase, right? It's like our body is an anchor holding back the ship of human consciousness. When you're talking about interstellar journeys that could take thousands of years, our disposable, high-maintenance bodies, they're just not going to cut it. So, if the body is the problem, what's the solution? This is where the whole thing gets truly radical. It proposes we move our minds into something ancient, incredibly resilient, and, well, completely alien to our own biology. And that something is mycelium. Now, if you're not familiar, just think of it as the root system of a mushroom. It's this massive, interconnected biological network that acts like a natural internet for the entire forest floor. And as it turns out, it has some pretty incredible properties. So you have to ask, why this? Why fungus? Well, look at this list. It's basically the exact opposite of all our biological weaknesses. Some fungi can literally eat radiation for energy. Because it's a distributed network, there's no single point of failure like a brain. It can handle the vacuum of space. It can go into suspended animation for centuries. It is, for all intents and purposes, the ultimate biological hard drive. Okay, so we've got the problem, our fragile bodies. And we've got the proposed solution, a super resilient fungal network. But how do you actually, make that transfer? The protocol actually outlines a pretty detailed 6-step journey for consciousness. Here's the basic breakdown. First up, the brain scan, a one-to-one digital map of your brain's every connection and firing pattern. Step 2, you grow a blank mycelium network that's been genetically engineered to receive all that data. Step 3 is a crucial test. A temporary link is created to make sure the connection is calibrated just right. Then comes the really wild part, robotic adaptation. The mycelium is put inside a humanoid robot, so the consciousness can practice moving around in a familiar form. Only then, in step 5, does the final transfer happen. Your consciousness is fully uploaded, and you're disconnected from your original brain. The result? Step 6, a totally new kind of existence as a distributed mind, able to control any number of bodies. Now, if something like this were to actually succeed, it wouldn't just be a new piece of tech. This would be an entirely new form of human existence. The fundamental rules of life and death, as we understand them, would be completely rewritten. For one thing, your mind, your identity, your you, is no longer tied to a mortal body that ages and gets sick and dies. It would exist inside a self-repairing biological computer that is, for all practical purposes, immortal. And the flip side of that is your physical form now just becomes a tool. It's no longer you. It's a temporary vehicle that you pilot. I mean, that's a complete reversal of our entire existence, where our mind is here to serve the body. And here's what that looks like in the real world. Your core consciousness, you, lives in its safe mycelial network. Need to do some work on Mars? You wirelessly connect to a radiation-shielded rover. Need to mine an asteroid? You inhabit a robotic body with specialized manipulator arms. The body is chosen for the task, not the other way around. One mind, endless bodies. So all of this inevitably leads to some huge, profound philosophical questions. This isn't just about cool new ways to travel through space. It's about what it fundamentally means to be human in the first place. At its very heart,
the protocol is making a really bold claim. It's saying that our flesh and blood, everything we think of as us, is incidental. It's just the packaging. The true essence of a person is their pattern of thoughts, memories, and awareness, their consciousness. Everything else is just a temporary vessel.
And so this entire incredible document leaves us with this final, maybe even haunting question. It presents a potential path for the long-term survival of human consciousness. But the price of that survival might just be the very physical form that has defined our species for its entire existence. So, to survive the cosmos, do we have to abandon what makes us human? What do you think?